There is a flavor of monster that lies closer to the human experience than any other. They aren't tentacled aliens invading from beyond the stars or sleek dragons hoarding treasure. They are hulking, humanoid, grotesque, and brutally simple in their desires. Hunger, rage, and domination. From Norse myths to fairy tales, these creatures represented the raw, primal forces humans struggled to control. So how do you take a monster like that and translate it to the playful world of LEGO? Here at Twisted Bricks, we've ranked classic monsters, ferocious dragons, bionicle beasts, and even our favorite Yu-Gi-Oh monsters. But today, we confront the oldest monster of them all. Now I know this pirate-looking Ninjago Big Fig isn't your stereotypical ogre, but she certainly has ogreish features. With her oversized anchor weapon, spiky shoulder pad, and heavy helmet, Dogshank brings cartoon villain energy to the mythic body type. Dogshank is Mad Max meets samurai pirate, truly a unique character. Her helmet is one of the coolest features of the figure, featuring an intimidating skull and a really cool shape that is molded into the torso. Her armor also has attachment points that support her spear-pointed banners, a great detail. While not your traditional troll, Dogshank is proof that Ninjago doesn't just do serpents and dragons, it can swing with the brutes. I was going to exclude Treebeard on account of him being a plant, but it turns out Ents are not plants. They just look like it. Treebeard is more construct than Big Fig, built from Technic and tiles, but the result is stunning. Expressive bark brows, vine arms, and an imposing stature that dwarfs most Big Figs. He even has play features to give lesser beings a knockout punch. While his face is kind of derpy, he does stand out among the giants of LEGO and definitely deserves his place on this list. Gentle giant or massive liability? Meet Grawp, Hagrid's half-brother and full-time babysitting job. This 2020's LEGO rendition uses a fully articulated build that takes the shape of a gigantic minifig, which I find to be very charming. The build captures that awkward, lovable monster vibe. He is included in the set Umbridge's Encounter, and is really the keystone build of the set. While he does carry some stickered parts, his printed face is an especially unique LEGO part and makes the set stand out. His giant feet, cartoonish eyes, and lanky proportions make him weirdly charming, if not exactly intimidating. I think the strongest critique of Grawp comes to light when you turn him around. His back looks, well, horrible, and it is clear he is meant to be displayed facing only in one direction. Nevertheless, Grawp earns points for being one of the only LEGO giants composed of bricks. A great figure, but it doesn't beat the design of the trolls and ogres to come. The LEGO Castle Fantasy line reached its prime at the same time I reached my LEGO building prime, so it holds a special place in my heart. It had many incredible sets, and several of these sets included the original Big Fig troll. With a jagged, toothy face and armor straight out of a dark fantasy sketchbook, the 2008 Big Fig troll is peak LEGO Brute energy. This troll even appeared in no less than 4 variants, including a couple of epic tattooed variants with prints on the armor. Towering over your average knight, this thorny beast had a spine lined with spikes, a horned helmet, beefy arms, and a jaw that could probably bite through a siege tower. 2 stud attachment points on the wrist also allowed for fun interactive possibilities. The Big Fig troll didn't just look cool, he redefined what castle enemies could be, providing a sort of boss monster with a different flavor than your classic dragon. This was truly a memorable Big Fig. Quick shout out. This video is sponsored by Just My Game, the #1 miniature seller on Etsy. Check out the link in my bio for countless discounted figure options, and know that every purchase with my code helps fund our Void War sequel. I'm also a proud partner of Video Loadout. If you're a video editor and are looking for great SFX and VFX bundles at a discount, check out the link for a discount that supports the channel. Now, back to the video. Killow appears as a mix of a warlord, a sumo wrestler, and a road-hardened biker. This Big Fig from the Sons of Garmadon era is incredibly ogreish, with a heavy gut, hulking arms, and even a spiked club to boot. I adore his color scheme. He has an incredible horned mask that fits perfectly with his orange accented leather vest. There's also something I really love about Big Figs that stick with a classic minifigure head. We all love unique minifig parts, and Killow certainly has a unique face. I don't love how blatantly LEGO started hollowing out the forearms with these later big figs, but I do understand it from a cost-saving perspective. Nevertheless, Killow's overall look really stands out from other big figs with a blaze orange monster mask that kills. His scale isn't quite as massive as others on this list, but Killow makes up for it in raw, over-designed attitude. Roadhog. The only ogre on this list with a gas mask, a chain hook, and an apparent grudge against cardio. Roadhog appears in the Junkrat and Roadhog Overwatch-themed set, where he impressively fits into his imposing biker rig. Roadhog's sculpt is glorious. Detailed tattoos, a customized junker belt, and a beautifully bloated silhouette. He comes armed with a scrap gun and his signature chain hook, which is a great touch that is faithfully executed. 4 stud connection points on the back allow for some fun customization, but otherwise his assembly is pretty standard for big figs. He's less fantasy ogre, more post-apocalyptic mutant executioner, but I think we can all agree that that's no standard human. I only have one complaint, and that is the lack of a printed face. Wasted opportunity, LEGO, you can do better. But at least we get an epic mask and hairpiece. He's Shrek if Shrek joined a biker gang and never looked back. I know we all wish we could forget the Goblin King's face, but it really is unforgettable. As a character, the Goblin King narratively and physically is the perfect embodiment of the troll and ogre, a disgusting and evil hulking humanoid who lurks in the darkness. LEGO presents this monster in the Goblin King battle set, with a crown of bones and a belly that says, "I've eaten a few adventurers today." His sculpt is grotesque, but certainly more palatable than the movie representation. He towers over his army of goblins with powerful arms, a saggy face, and unique facial and body prints, complete with his rags, a dark crown, and his skull-topped mace. The Goblin King is an awesome crowning big fig to an already beautiful and playable LEGO set. And while the Goblin King is unforgettable, this next monster is legendary. Everyone remembers the unbelievable excitement as a kid at the Mines of Moria scene in the Fellowship of the Ring, and when the cave troll showed up, peak cinema. I can still remember my glee when LEGO released an official Lord of the Rings line complete with a Mines of Moria set, along with one of the greatest big figs ever made, the Cave Troll. This figure captures raw, dungeon-dwelling terror. Wide-set eyes, a massive hammer, and a sculpt so smooth it looks like it crawled off a movie screen. The color scheme is an incredible representation of the movie monster, and the mouth and face print is truly horrifying. And LEGO didn't get lazy with the troll's back, which is imprinted with the monster's classic scaly skin. Pair that with a studded head for his chain, and you have one of the most memorable cinematic LEGO trolls ever created. But there is another.
For another was made.
I would say that the Harry Potter MountainTroll and the Cave Troll are probably the 2 most memorable movie trolls from my childhood. And there are actually 2 versions of the Harry Potter MountainTroll in LEGO, and I have conflicting opinions about them. The 2024 version is very movie accurate and is included with the incredible set, The Great Hall. It has a great sculpt, great colors, and a really fun head shape and face print. Not to mention a really heavy-looking club. But despite its objective excellence, I just can't place it above the original. The 2002 version of the MountainTroll came in the Troll on the Loose set and was the second big fig ever after the Rock Raiders Rock Monster. While the 2024 version is matte sand blue, this troll is glossy and includes a classic minifigure head, which you know I'm a fan of. Something about this figure is so instantly classic, and the disgusting face worked great as an early zombie head. While the 2002 troll is my favorite of them all, both versions of this troll perfectly capture the oversized, simple horror of the troll, giant, and ogre. His desires seem simple. Crush, destroy, and, well, that might be it. Trolls and ogres may inspire disgust and awe, but just wait until you meet the things lurking in the slag pits of the Void War. If you want more monster breakdowns, Void War lore, and cursed nostalgia, you know what to do. Subscribe, share, and stay twisted, my friends. Thanks for watching.
So it's a standard specimen, then?
I didn't say that. We found it in substrate, almost 1,000 years old.
What? That's almost pre-Keo.
Yes, and its biological makeup could contain extremely valuable information. Information that could turn the tide of this miserable war.